Good evening, friends. The Pentagon's grip on NATO's fighter production is slipping. Canada, with Saab, is reshaping the future of defense by becoming the North American manufacturing hub for Gripen jets, offering advanced fighters without American dependencies. Sweden, once focused on selling jets, is now scaling production beyond its own capacity, with Ontario leading the way. This move threatens to collapse the U.S. monopoly on NATO's fighter procurement, shifting power to allied cooperation. With Canada building, not just buying, the future of military manufacturing is being rewritten. Swedish defense company Saab wants Canada to not just buy, but build its fighter jets. The U.S. has warned Canada about canceling its F-35 deal, suggesting potential consequences. Saab's proposal isn't just about selling jets. They want Canada to manufacture fighter jets for multiple countries, including Ukraine, Poland, Thailand, and Colombia. These jets would be produced in Ontario, using Rolls-Royce engines from Montreal and parts from Sweden. Sweden, which designed the Gripen fighter jet, is surprised by how negotiations shifted. What started as a simple jet purchase turned into an industrial partnership that could make Ontario a major NATO fighter production hub. Canada wouldn't just buy European jets, but become the North American base for building advanced fighters, challenging the US's dominance. Initially, Saab's pitch was for Canada to buy 72 Gripen E jets to replace the old CF-18s. But as talks progressed and Saab recognized Canada's aerospace capacity, the plan changed. Why just sell jets when Canada could build them? This offers Canada jobs, technology transfer, and the ability to make decisions independently of the US. Saab benefits by getting the production capacity needed to meet Ukraine's demand for 150 Gripens, which Sweden can't deliver fast enough. Ontario's aerospace capabilities, including Bombardier's expertise, solve Saab's production bottleneck, allowing faster production of jets. Saab handles design and support, while Rolls-Royce supplies engines, and Bombardier executes manufacturing. Like and subscribe to our channel for more updates. Together, Saab and Canada aim to build a production line capable of producing 20 to 30 Gripen jets annually, possibly more if demand grows. This new setup will solve Saab's production limitations in Sweden, allowing them to promise 100 jets to Ukraine in just 4 years instead of 7. This faster delivery can be the difference between Ukraine getting jets during the war or after it ends. But the pitch to the Canadian government isn't just about Ukraine. Saab wants Ontario to become a permanent NATO fighter production hub. After fulfilling orders for Ukraine and Canada, the factory could continue production for export orders from countries like Poland, Thailand, Colombia, Peru, Argentina, and Chile. This will keep Ontario workers employed and grow Canada's aerospace expertise. Sweden is reportedly surprised by this shift in negotiations. Initially, Saab aimed to sell jets to Canada, but now Canada is proposing a deeper partnership, becoming Saab's North American manufacturing partner. Canada would build Gripens at scale, offering production capacity that Sweden alone couldn't meet. Both countries would share the benefits. Sweden keeps control over design, IP, and quality, while Canada handles manufacturing, which benefits both parties and reshapes NATO procurement. The urgency comes from Ukraine's need for jets. They urgently require 100 Gripens, as the F-16s are proving effective but are too few. With Ontario's production capabilities, they can meet this demand faster. Plus, these jets wouldn't be subject to American export controls, offering Ukraine more sovereignty over its defense. If Trump or Washington decides Ukrainian politics aren't aligned with US interests or uses F-35 logistics as leverage, it won't affect the Gripen supply chain. Sweden, Canada, and Britain can deliver jets to Ukraine without needing American approval. This independence is valuable, especially when survival depends on weapons that might be withheld due to political reasons. For Canada, moving from being a buyer to a builder is a major shift. After 70 years of relying on American-made fighters like the CF-104 and CF-18, always vulnerable to US political priorities, Ontario's Gripen production breaks that dependency. Canada would build, maintain, and upgrade its own fighters on its timelines and export them to allies without needing US permission. The job creation numbers are significant. Saab initially projected 12,600 jobs for building Canadian Gripens. With Ukraine's 100 jet order, another 3,000 to 5,000 jobs would be added, totaling 15,000 to 18,000 direct aerospace jobs. Including supporting positions, the total impact could be 30,000 to 50,000 jobs, which would transform the Ontario and Quebec economies. After fulfilling Canada and Ukraine's orders, the factory wouldn't close. It would continue building Gripens for export, becoming NATO's North American fighter production hub. Countries like Poland or Thailand could order from Ontario, with shorter delivery times and lower costs. Saab maintains certification authority, ensuring quality stays high. This is more than just licensed assembly. Canada would be genuinely manufacturing the fighters, building fuselages, fabricating wings, integrating avionics, and testing systems. Every process Saab does in Sweden, Bombardier would learn to do in Ontario. The knowledge gained from building the Gripen doesn't disappear when contracts are finished. It stays as Canadian intellectual property, enabling future upgrades. Canada could develop Arctic-specific modifications, become a hub for Gripen's electronic warfare enhancements, or have engineers contribute to next-generation variants. This expertise only grows over time. Sweden also benefits strategically. They retain design authority, but expand production capacity without needing new factories in Sweden. Canada's involvement gives Sweden a North American market presence they couldn't achieve through direct exports alone. This partnership creates production redundancy. If one facility faces issues, the other can continue. It also ensures resilience by spreading production geographically, so if political challenges affect one country, production can shift. A key geopolitical advantage is that by making Canada the North American Gripen producer, Saab shields itself from American pressure that could affect Swedish exports. The US could pressure Sweden to block Gripen sales to certain countries, but pressuring Canada is much harder. Canada, as a G7 economy and NATO member, has the sovereignty to produce and sell Gripens without American interference. Economic sanctions or military pressure on Canada would be impractical, and diplomatic complaints would be largely ignored. This timing aligns with the ongoing F-35 issues. The F-35 program is over budget and delayed, with low mission capability rates. As countries watch these struggles, Ontario becomes a viable alternative. Gripens are delivered on time and meet capabilities without the cost overruns and delays seen with the F-35. For Poland, especially threatened by Russia, Canada offers a backup option. If F-35 deliveries continue to slip, Poland could order Gripens from Ontario, with deliveries in 2 to 3 years instead of 5 to 7, reducing dependence on American supply chains. Germany is also watching this closely. As they consider replacing their Typhoons, the F-35 offers American integration, while Gripen offers sovereignty and strengthens the European industrial base. Ontario's production of Gripens shows NATO allies that they can build capable fighters at scale without needing Pentagon approval, making Gripen a more attractive option. This shift is significant, especially as German defense planners question the reliability of US commitments and whether American dependencies serve their interests. The Pentagon's response has been predictably hostile behind the scenes. Publicly, they tout F-35 superiority and NATO interoperability, but privately, they're scrambling to understand how Canada and Saab finalized this production partnership without American intelligence catching on. How did Bombardier commit to fighter manufacturing without Pentagon blocking financing? How did Ukraine secure 100 jets from Ontario without Washington's veto power through 8 conditions? Every assumption about US influence over NATO procurement is being proven wrong. The Pentagon has no effective response. They can't block Canadian manufacturing, sanction Bombardier without harming broader aerospace cooperation, pressure Ukraine to reject jets, or stop Saab from transferring technology to NATO allies. All the tools Washington used to enforce its monopoly are useless against Ontario's production, as it operates outside American jurisdiction. This will have broader implications for NATO. If Canada becomes a fighter production hub, other countries will start asking why they can't do the same. Italy has aerospace expertise. Could they build Gripens? Spain has manufacturing capacity. Could they set up production? Poland is developing its defense industrial base. Could they partner with Saab? The model Canada is demonstrating is replicable. Once other countries adopt it, the American monopoly doesn't just erode, it collapses, replaced by a distributed NATO production capacity with no US veto power over allied air forces. Sweden, surprisingly, might find this to be the best outcome. Together with Canada, they can offer countries advanced fighters without US dependencies. sovereign capability without American veto, and set a precedent for NATO cooperation over American control. The factory is being built, workers are being trained, and the jets will start rolling out of Ontario, all powered by Montreal engines, all operating without American approval. The NATO fighter jet factory is no longer in Sweden, it's in Canada. Saab's original pitch was for Canada to buy. Canada countered with, "We'll build." Sweden is stunned in a positive way, and the Pentagon is scrambling. Ontario is on track to become the most important fighter